Thank God this isn't a cricket podcast. Am I right? Welcome to the Corner Flag. I'm Amogh.
I'm Mukesh.
And I'm Aakarsh.
You heard the sadness in Mukesh's voice, everyone. The dukh, dard, pida that is coming from Mukesh Manjunath.
I support a team which does excellently well leading up to the finals and then goes to the final, plays with emotions and vibes and I guess individual glory, and then in the final does a boring ass version of themselves and gets bullied by one team most of the time, or at least one type of team who just bully them and run them down.
I didn't know you were an Arsenal fan, dude.
I don't know, I was a Liverpool fan. No, talk about India. Oh my God, it was so depressing.
Where did you watch the match?
I watched it at my girlfriend's house and it was sad because she slept through the match.
I mean, to be fair, so did I.
Yeah, actually.
Not with her.
Yeah.
Just to put it out there,
Yeah.
just so that there's no confusion anywhere.
It was depressing.
Yeah.
It really reminded me of Liverpool losing to Real Madrid twice. And I was like, why do I just support these teams? I felt like Aakarsh for a brief day.
Unnecessary dig. Unnecessary dig. Especially with what Everton is going through right now, which we will get to in a
We will
bit.
get to that.
But fucking unnecessary.
Absolutely.
Aakarsh, please give it back to him.
India lost. Ha ha. I don't care. You do. Ha ha.
अरे देशद्रोही ऐसे कैसे बोल सकता है?
Sport Dhrohi. I genuinely don't care about that sport.
I'm glad, actually. I'm glad you don't care about it.
Yeah, no, I can't deal.
'Cause-
See, at somewhere I also
Yeah.
have to draw the line of misery. Now,
Yeah.
there is enough misery and depression in my life without needing the Indian cricket team to add to
तू
that.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया को सपोर्ट करना.
नहीं, मैं क्रिकेट ही नहीं सपोर्ट करता.
That's true. I mean, see, the thing is, I used to like
He
cricket.
doesn't even care if in the end cricket was a winner.
Yeah.
I used to like cricket when I was a kid. I just like now 8 hours of sport I can't deal with. Like, बहुत है यार.
When I was a kid, there was this board game which I don't know if any of you all have heard of, but it was called How's That? It was a cricket-based board game, and that was the most attracted to cricket I ever was, because it was a board game and it was just the pitch and stuff like that. But the sports always seemed quite boring.
Was this the board game where, I mean, I don't know. I had a game which you had like a green piece of cloth, which was the pitch.
And the ball used to go and you had to knock it off and all that?
Yes.
Yeah, no, that was another game.
Okay, cool.
Which also I have played, which was not so much fun.
Yeah, but it seemed very realistic because so you had the green kapda, which was the field, and then you had like plastic fences that you have to like
Yeah, I
interlock
think
and
I've
put
played
around
this.
the kapda as a boundary line.
Yeah.
And you had like a tiny plastic bat. You had
course.
fielders everywhere, and those fielders also they were figurines of people. And they were on a plastic stand,
Yeah.
which had like a Pac-Man type little opening. So if the ball went over there, then it's out.
Yeah.
Because they've caught it technically. And the ball was like this little small ball bearing, like a metallic pellet.
Yeah.
And there was a slide that you actually used to like bowl. So
Launch.
the ball would slide through the slide. And it was like fun. And then we realized, we can just go down and play cricket.
And you would expend an equal amount of energy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. But what was How's That?
How's That was a lot simpler than that, but a lot more elaborate version of book cricket.
Yeah,
Book cricket was great.
Book cricket was good fun. Yeah. So, but this was basically the board was the cricket field, and you had all the positions marked.
Yeah.
The fielding position. So actually, I know my fielding positions quite well. But you place your fielders, and then the batsman had a bunch of cards.
Yeah.
And with every turn, you pick a card up, and the card would say it was slogged to say deep mid wicket.
Right.
And if you had a player at deep mid wicket, then it was out. But if you didn't have a player, then it was 4 runs. So every card told you if you have a player there, it's either 1 run or 2 runs or out. So it was stuff like that.
I feel like I've played this game. Now that you're explaining this, I recollect.
It was a lot more fun than that.
And it was also the time when there was least amount of cricket-related heartbreak involved.
There was least amount of cricket. I feel
That's
like that's oversaturation
Yeah.
of cricket is what has made me fall out of love with the game.
cricket, that's true.
बहुत हो रहा है यार. And unfortunately, it seems to be happening with football also now. But like बहुत like these guys are constantly playing. They're either playing some fucking Tri-Nation series.
They're playing
bi-nation
Australia
series.
again in 3 days.
Yeah, that's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In what format?
In some T20 and some ODI something. In 3 days,
But
they're
playing in
again.
India.
Yeah, and Star Sports already has a Badla Lena campaign. I'm like,
wow.
so which means that someone had it ready.
Correct. They must have had 2 versions ready.
There is some dude at Star Sports whose job is to make the Badla Lena creators because अपना पूरा marketing strategy is Badla.
Yeah.
Like Pakistan se Badla. For what? Kargil.
Kargil.
What is the connection? Australia se Badla. South Africa se Badla.
Safari. South Africa Safari wala Badla.
हम kangaroos को chicken curry दिखाएंगे. Like all that nonsense that we create. Fuck it hell. But yeah, it was a sad game. I thought that India would put up a bit more of a fight, to be honest.
The only thing was that Liverpool had prepared me for this sort of a defeat. I mean, of course, India had also prepared me for this sort of defeat, but I think Liverpool had prepared me with the amount of hope you go into and the failure of narrative. I think that's what Liverpool prepared me for.
Right.
You build a narrative that you're going to win and it's your chance to take Badla.
But I put it to you. I feel like this game in particular, this cricket final in particular, was the best failure of narrative ever.
Yeah, true.
Best fucking failure of narrative ever.
Yeah.
And to do it at a stadium named after someone with the said person in attendance.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect. And
this will all be edited.
There was a meme, if we're editing stuff, I might as well say it, but there was a meme that I
We're
saw.
not actually, but say it.
There was a meme I saw doing the round that was Mr. Home Minister on a phone call saying, "Hi, ek stadium ka naam badalne
Yes,
ka hai.
Azim put that
Likhe,
up.
oh, maybe, yeah.
Azim put that up.
It was
Fantastic.
very nice.
Damn funny.
Yeah.
Damn funny that was. There was lots of memes going about. There was his face photo imposed on a bowler and on a batsman.
Right.
Last hope. So yeah, lots of that was happening. Not understanding the vibe of the nation while waving to the cameras while Travis Head is bajawing us left, right and center. Well done, sir.
Did he do the coin tricks that have been... was that the halftime show?
No, that wasn't.
that's why we lost the toss.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
Because he took the coin and he was rubbing it into poor toddler's
Hey,
head.
split tails nahi hai.
We're talking about Rahul Gandhi, by the way. This is all about Rahul
I thought we were
Gandhi.
talking about Nehru.
No, yeah, exactly. Rahul Gandhi, Nehru, they're of the same ilk.
Yeah.
So yes, that was specifically for Mukesh. That one, it's an inside joke that nobody needs to know about. Right? Should we stop this cricket nonsense?
Not at all, because I know what's going to come soon. So stick to the cricket, man.
No, yeah, I don't know too much about cricket to keep going, and I also like to see you crumble. So, what's next on the agenda, Aakarsh? Please, tu hi bata.
There was something before that. No,
There was
shit, it
nothing
the
before
cricket.
that.
Oh God. Fine. Yeah. What? Say it.
Everton. 12. No, not 12 point. It could have been a maximum 12 point. 10 point
Yeah.
deduction. Everton now find themselves at the bottom. 19th place in the league with 4
Yeah,
points.
goal difference is currently keeping us off the
Thank
podium.
fuck for that.
I mean, small joys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Small joys.
So sum up your entire feelings towards this situation in a very calm and serene manner. Act as if this is a spa.
You know,
Make me feel better.
there's a very iconic clip of the now late Bill Kenwright, and he very aptly puts it as, "It's terrible, but it's Everton," and that's the only way I can sum it up, man.
I mean, I feel like it's a bit much. Like,
Yeah, I feel like you all do the talking. I'm just going to do the agreeing.
I don't think we can talk that heavily about Everton at all because
No, but this was quite disheartening and it is a little sad to see. And I think pretty much most people in the football world, barring probably 11 players / support staff of Man City, I think everyone thinks this is extremely unfair on Everton. And I think this would have been people's stance even if Everton were like first, second on the table. Like to ignore Man City and Chelsea and to punish Everton, who of course have sure definitely done wrong. Let's not forget that it's not like they don't deserve it, but to pick on them first seems unfair with no clear indication that they're going to punish Man City and Chelsea proportionately harshly.
Yeah, and I feel like for sure Everton they deserve some sort of slap on the wrist for sure, but the official figures of the Premier League say that you're allowed 105 million loss over 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Everton, as per the official figures that the Premier League has put out, are 19.5 million over in their losses. So instead of 105, they have 124.5. So basically for 19.5 million, we've been docked 10 points. Firstly, Everton refute that it's 19.5 million. They claim that it's 9.5 million. And I just feel like there's so much stuff that they're not looking into. Like, for example, and this is stuff that Everton's put out themselves. They've put out the fact that player X, and they have to say player X because they're worried about being sued. We don't have to because no one really cares about us. But Gylfi Sigurdsson is player X, who is Everton's highest transfer signing at about 50 million. They had to let go of 2 years of his contract because of that entire case on him. They continued to pay him wages for 2 years, which amount to roughly about 10 million, which they didn't sue to get back because by the end of it, Sigurdsson was proven guilty and was given a clean sheet. But Everton still lost out on 10 million.
Proven guilty?
Proven innocent. My bad. Was proven innocent is back to playing football for
because proven guilty and given a clean sheet only happens in certain countries of the world.
Correct. And Rahul Gandhi, as we were talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah. But so 10 million in wages that they didn't sue for because they were like, you know what, it was controversial. We don't want to deal with it. Just clean break, which some other clubs, United, should learn from, I guess.
I fully agree.
So there's 10 million there. Everton had to return 30 million that they were getting for the new stadium for naming rights that they had received from Usmanov, which is problematic in a different way. And that's like something that the Premier League needs to address. But 30 million was lost because of that Ukraine-Russia war when the Russians were all embargoed from any sort of dealings. We lost out on the training ground sponsor, again, Usmanov. Spurs had agreed to an 80 million deal for Richarlison, which last minute they were like, you know what? We know that you'll are in trouble with the Premier League for financial fair play. We know that you'll have to do this deal today. You know what? 60 million, take it or leave it. And Everton had their pants pulled down again because of their wrongdoings.
Yeah.
But there have been all these factors where if you put it all together, it adds up to about 100 million in losses, which were due to circumstances that were completely out of their control.
Yeah.
So even if it's 19.5 million, to get docked 10 points, considering Portsmouth was docked only 9 points for going into administration. That club went bankrupt, needed the government to bail them out, and they still only got 9 points deducted. And here, Everton have supposedly spent 19.5 million, made losses of 19.5 million more than they were allowed to, and they've been docked 10 points, which is the worst punishment that's been given ever in the Premier League.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
I just feel like the numbers and the difference in numbers is kind of suspicious because Premier League saying 19.5, Everton saying 9.5 is a very convenient figure. Right? Like, अरे paperwork में वो एक extra one type हो गया, वो print हो गया, unfortunately, but that is not what the thing is. It's actually
Even
9.5.
if it's 20 million.
Like they should have been like, 19.5 nahi, it's actually 8.7. Like give like some random
appearance
figure.
of randomness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I don't think it was exactly 10 million, but it was roughly.
Now I don't think it's
honestly,
exactly.
the Athletic has done about 5 articles on this entire Everton thing. I've not read any of them. I can't ghuso into this. It's just, I've been talking for weeks about how I'm falling out of love with Everton for years now, but like football in general, and this just is like, fuck, khatam karo, put me out of my misery. Put me to sleep, forget Everton. Just like, I need euthanasia.
You should have watched the India-Australia final. You would have been put to sleep. But just speaking about falling out of love with football and all the changes that are happening in football, moving on to the next bit of news that we should talk about. Arsene Wenger's new offside law might come into play in season 2024-25. As per this law, the entire body of an attacker has to be offside for it to be considered offside. Like the current law is any part of your body which you can score from, if it is even slightly offside, it is an offside. But
I feel like it's not going to change the amount of chaos. It's just going to change. If now we're discussing which part was ahead, now we're just going to be discussing which part was behind. I think that's the only thing. The only thing I care about, I think this sort of law favors Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
he's gonna win the Ballon d'Or or something because number of times he's caught offside because of this rule, and now it'll probably help him. But other than that, I think it's just going to just be equal amount of chaos. I think offside and the penalty call are just those grey areas of
And handball.
Yeah, penalty calls. Handball penalty calls are just the grey area of football.
Get it out of your system.
I'm
It's not
sorry,
cricket.
over my system. Just those weird grey areas, and you have to live with it, and that's it. And you just have to hope that we can keep it as simple as possible. But I don't think constantly changing it also, because this greatly affects not just strategy but also records, right? Footballing records. Like I do think players between the age of 20 to 25 who are really fast are going to score so many more goals now because of this law, because they have almost one extra yard over.
No, and also like the defenders have to completely adapt their game now.
Yeah.
Because the offside trap that defenders use is not going to be the same anymore. They're going to have to completely rethink how
He's going to push everybody back at least by a meter or two.
Yeah.
So, it is going to change a lot. So I don't know if it's worth it, because in terms of fairness, it's not going to change much. It's a plateau change, which is...
The arguments are still going to be there. Like,
Yeah.
only his toe was a millimeter offside. His entire body was a millimeter offside.
Yeah, that's it.
Absolutely. I think the fine margin stays, just the position of that fine margin is changing. And I don't get why, instead of making all these new rules, why Wenger and FIFA can't just insist that every league has to have the automatic offside system. Because that works. We saw it in the World Cup. We've seen it in Champions League. It works. Just use what works.
Yeah. I feel like that's also it's probably a bureaucratic thing, because uska wo naya technology hai, uska expense ye wo.
But Premier League can't be using expense as an excuse.
Premier League
man.
19.5 million ka loss nahi allow kar raha hai, 10 point deduct kar raha hai. Everton say, of course they're going to look at every fucking pound penny that they can cut costs on.
In this offside situation also for Everton, it'll be different. They'll be like, no. Dominic Calvert-Lewin his aura was still off.
Yeah.
Listen. उसका जो ponytail है ना, उसका last जो DNA है, वो 1 millimeter offside.
वो उसका नाम इतना लंबा है ना, उसका नाम offside है. Nathaniel was the middle name. What was it? Last name? Nathaniel. Yeah. So Nathaniel bit was offside.
Remembers about that. But I'm going to let Aakarsh say.
His team got deducted 10 points. Let him have it. Let him have it.
And is going to get sued for 300 million, by the way.
Oh, they've announced the figures. Leeds and Leicester.
They've all claimed, and they're going to. They haven't officially announced it, but 100 million suit is being prepared by each of the
I feel like
clubs.
19 Premier League clubs need to get together and sue the Premier League for not taking action against Man City. 18 and not taking action against Chelsea and Man City.
Everton have said that we're going to keep a keen eye on the other, they've not said City and Chelsea, but the other financial fair play suits that are happening, and we'll use that as a benchmark as well.
Yeah, but I'm actually interested to see what happens with City and Chelsea, City in particular, because 115 charges has been famously reported multiple times. And if this is the precedent that the Premier League is going to set कि यार तेरा मतलब 20
one
million
charge में is 10.
20 million एक charge के लिए तू 10 point लेगा, that if you are going to apply the same logic or the same set of rules to Man City as well, then that looks like a short relegation.
Oh no,
the
someone
Premier
did the math. It's 9 leagues. If one charge of financial misconduct is equal to 10 points, then 115 equates to being relegated down 9 leagues.
Amazing. And chal, even if they settle some of the charges and give them a relegation into the EFL, which is Championship League 1, League 2, the EFL is not it's not forced to take the club. Like the EFL can say, oh, we don't want this club.
I think it'll be great to see Wrexham, Notts County and Manchester City go up in
as it once was.
As it once really was. That's true. And Wrexham be favourites.
Yeah.
That will be exciting.
Yeah, Wrexham's doing well in League 2. So.
But so is Notts County.
Notts
County is doing, it's nuts.
Basically, Rob McElhenney and Ryan Reynolds need to take season 2 of Welcome to Wrexham, copy, paste. That is basically season 3 of Welcome to Wrexham.
Wherever they've said National League, just make it now League 2.
Edit karo. So erase it and put new name. Let's go over to the international fixtures. Some great international fixtures going on. Starting off with Colombia.
Except for India versus Australia, which wasn't a great international fixture.
Yeah, it wasn't a great international fixture at all. But Colombia beat Brazil in a mighty upset. Luis Diaz getting 2 goals for Colombia with his father watching from the stands.
Honestly, I saw the reaction video. I was scared. I thought he was having a heart attack or
Right?
something.
ऐसे ही लग रहा था.
It didn't look like a celebration as much
Dude,
as a heart attack.
I didn't see the video, but I saw the picture, a screen grab from
The video
video,
isn't any better.
and immediately I was like, oh fuck, what a life this guy is not about to lead very soon. Because अभी kidnapping हो गया है, अभी heart attack. I was like, oh fuck, this is like not happening. But he's well and good.
Wait, but so how did he get? How was he rescued?
He wasn't
did they have
rescued.
to give ransom?
I think the gang that kidnapped him. So I think some minor members of a gang kidnapped him, and then obviously with
Wow,
help,
those minor members are clearly ambitious. They're like
Ambitious,
Luis Diaz.
correct?
Yeah.
And I'm sure Luis Diaz is a top star in their country.
Yeah.
Right. And then apparently the news percolated upwards to the top brass of the mafia.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, we did this, but we didn't mean to. Some young guys got hyper ambitious. I'm not even joking. And then they negotiated with the government saying, we will release him, but at X1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Obviously, relatively not unreasonable one's demands, even though the situation itself is quite unreasonable. The demands were relatively reasonable in that they were like, it is a genuine mistake of our young folk getting
Dude, this
really
is a film.
hyper.
This has to be a
This
film.
is
And
no,
he
it
eventually
is a
got-
film. You know
This
that?
is love के लिए कुछ भी करेगा.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking more Guy Ritchie's Gentleman.
Or that, yes.
You know, because
yes.
like there they kidnap and they're like, yeah, we fucked up. We owe you.
Yeah.
Take your plants back. We owe you.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
And so that's how he came back safe. He was safe. So apparently he was treated well and he was safe. And,
Right.
it was an honest mistake, the entire kidnap and hostage situation,
Oh, amazing.
which is reasonable.
Which is,
to
fair
assume.
enough. Yeah. Even kidnappers have lives and
Yeah.
have honest
And make
mistakes.
mistakes.
Yeah, they
And
make
there are
mistakes.
young and brash kidnappers, and
Yeah.
they're the old and seasoned ones who know who to kidnap and who not to kidnap, more
I
importantly.
mean, those are the guys who are not featuring in season 2 of whatever this show is.
Yeah.
These are the characters that have been abruptly killed off.
They're the guys who Narcos is waiting for something to happen so
Yeah.
they can get season 4, season 5.
But
Yeah.
it's a show waiting to happen, guys.
It is a show
all
waiting
the
to
football crimes that have been there,
Yeah. Yeah.
all the
I think it's a nice subplot of a crime show.
Yeah, absolutely. I just also want to point out that Luis Diaz, after being kidnapped, like not immediately after, because that would have made it even more hilarious than it already is, but soon after being kidnapped, his father was asked about his son and links to other clubs, and he immediately said, "Oh, Luis Diaz has always been a Barcelona fan, and he'd be open to a move." And I'm like, "Tu abhi kidnap ho gaya hai?" Like the first thing you're saying is, "Ha, isko Barcelona jane ka hai."
the Spanish young kidnappers like rubbing their hands, saying now it's our turn now.
You think the Colombian kidnappers have a link with Joan Laporta at Barcelona, and this is one of Barcelona's many economic levers?
Do you think this is one of the demands they sent the father with? They're
Yeah.
like, listen, he's doing really well,
Yeah.
but he can't stay at Liverpool. He has to go. His final goal is Barcelona.
Yeah.
He's like,
Yeah, because we are Barcelona fans.
and that's the demand. That's the demand.
Suddenly not so reasonable, is
Not
it?
so reasonable at all.
You think all the Colombian kidnappers also like, "Oh, we love Spotify." Huh?
I saw one Twitter account, some clearly low numbers Twitter account say, at what point is it okay for us to call him a cunt? How long do we have to wait till it's okay to call him a cunt?
Yeah. I think that's a new Luis Diaz chant that is waiting to happen. Diaz, we love you, but your father's a cunt.
Yeah,
Like,
father's a cunt.
It's basically amazing. Elsewhere in South America, Uruguay beat Argentina 2-0, and Marcelo Bielsa is really stamping his authority on this Uruguayan team. Again, Liverpool forward Darwin Núñez getting on the score sheet. Missing a chance before that as well, but then eventually
That's
getting on
him.
the score sheet. That is him.
That's him.
Basically, it is his whole outlook towards football and goal scoring is quantity, not quality.
And his outlook is highlights reel.
Yeah,
Anyway,
For
both the
good
funny,
and bad.
Yeah, for the Darwin Núñez funny troll compilation and for Darwin Núñez.
uska YouTube monetization must
Yeah.
be killing it,
Killing it.
playing both sides of the game in this one. But Lionel Messi had something interesting. He said that Uruguay are definitely looking like a team coached by the hand of Bielsa. I love Spanish players because they obviously talk in their native language, but when it is translated into English, it just sounds very poetic.
Or it sounds really funny, no? Yeah.
Why funny? I
mean,
think
it
it's
does
very
sound-
poetic. He's like hand of Bielsa, which sounds very poetic. Also Argentinian, Maradona, hand of God. There's no obvious connection there.
Just so it sounds like not God, just Bielsa. Like it sounds like something lame.
You know,
Like for Argentina, the metaphor is God, and for Uruguay, it's Bielsa. Like
No, but I feel like, you know how in Hindi it's like, oh, iske piche Rahul Gandhi ka haath hai.
Huh.
It must be like that kind of phrase.
You mean
that
Rahul
they
Gandhi
have.
only, no?
Huh?
You mean Rahul Gandhi?
I'm just using an example.
Okay, cool.
But there must be a phrase like that which is common in Spanish.
Yeah.
Here
man,
it's
if Rahul
like-
Gandhi comes to power and he listens to this and he turns out to be a dictator, we're fucked. I'm just putting one little like, hey, I said the right thing too. In case things go to shit,
I'm just saying, whatever it is, virality is great. Our YouTube monetization will kick in.
Yeah.
So that's always a good thing. And we can use the money that we get from the monetization to fight the legal battle that we'll have to go through. Bail paisa, lawyer
both will be
paisa.
in jail and I will abscond with the money.
तू किधर abscond करेगा बे?
Colombia. He'll go and kidnap someone in
तू
Colombia.
abscond होने में भी लेट हो जाएगा.
That's
तू
true.
बोलेगा मैं 6 बजे abscond करने वाला हूँ. फिर 6 बजे तक तेरा Uber बुक नहीं होगा. फिर 6 बजे उसका सब आर्मी आएगा तुझे अरेस्ट करने. तो बोले नहीं I was
I'll
supposed to be
eventually join
abscond.
you in jail, but a little late. But with all the money having been spent.
But why aren't any of the bigger teams looking at Bielsa? I mean, like Bielsa has done very well with every team.
No,
The question is why isn't Bielsa looking at any of the bigger teams? Because I don't think anybody can just go to Bielsa. I think Bielsa chooses.
I think, but it's very clear. I don't think a Bielsa is meant to be, I mean, anymore at least for the big teams, right? I think he needs this chaos. He needs raw talent
I
teams.
think
Correct.
he'd be great at England. I think if
Nahin.
Bielsa was in charge
my
of this
God.
England squad, I think they'd be
No.
doing better than they are doing under
chance.
Southgate.
No
No
chance.
chance.
Bielsa,
Bielsa, okay, I'll tell you what. Bielsa is a great coach, tactically very sound, plays unsustainable football, but he is the kind of coach who can take an underdog team and have them overperform. That's it.
exactly.
That is it. He is not going to win you the Euros. He's not going to win you the World Cup. He's not going to win you any major trophies.
In fact,
But he will take you to the semi-finals if you're Uruguay. I mean, Uruguay is not technically an underdog, first winners of the World Cup and all, but chal, if he was at Paraguay, the
Yeah.
other Guay.
I feel like Bielsa is one of those people that wherever your team is, he'll take you a couple of notches above that.
Correct.
Not
But
every team,
unless,
but-
yeah, exactly. Not every team. Unless only he'll take you a couple of notches above only if you're an underdog team.
he'll take a
If-
30-point team to
That I
45
don't
points,
agree. Yes.
but he will take an 80-point team to 75 or 70. Like,
Or
you know,
40.
he is.
Or 40.
No, he won't take even 40, but you don't. I don't think. In fact, I would say he might do well in a Conference League sort of situation or a Europa League even team sort of a team, because I actually feel like his sort of chaos ball or whatever he does will be good in knockouts because you just catch teams off guard, right?
Yeah.
Which is why I think Uruguay, and I'm excited to see how Uruguay does in 2026 World Cup.
Yeah.
If they still stick with Bielsa by then.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what, 7 matches? And then whatever, right? So I think it's 7. Can you provide chaos for 7 matches?
Yeah.
And then let's see what happens. I think then it'll be fantastic.
Right.
But I think in a league, in a defensive league, there's no chance he's going to.
Yeah.
What a loose cannon though. I don't think I'll ever get over the fact that he came with a full-on presentation to Everton and said, I'll take over your under-21s
Yeah.
team. You know, like you have to be like really off your rocker to be
Yeah.
able to do shit like that.
Or he knew what a shit show Everton was
Oh, he
and thought,
did.
let's get some PR credits out of this. Ki maine ye kiya. It just builds the narrative of Marcelo Bielsa. I'm the guy who almost lobbed a live hand grenade to a bunch of fans. I'm the guy who fucking had a presentation about how I scout my oppositions, and sometimes I send people to spy on their training. Like, he is that guy. So
Guys, him and Nunes is, I think it's a match. made
it's
in
a
heaven.
match made in heaven.
And
Absolutely.
Suarez.
Suarez,
yeah,
but it's a Suarez who's off his prime, yeah. Like, you know, so maybe a younger Suarez and Bielsa would have been like ultimate.
Yeah.
But I think right now Nunes and him.
But I feel like Bielsa also has honor. Right,
I swear,
because I remember that thing Leeds versus Aston Villa, I think, in the championship where
No, it was
the game Leeds were supposed to give the ball back to Villa, but they ended up scoring and Aston Villa were obviously pissed off. And Bielsa basically told his team to let Aston Villa score to make it fair. So he definitely has honor.
Which Nunez has, but Suarez doesn't.
Suarez doesn't, which is why I feel like in that World Cup final, semi-final against Ghana, where he handballed on the goal line and got sent off, gave him a penalty, and Uruguay ended up saving the penalty, and the bastard ended up celebrating in the tunnel. I feel like if that would have happened, Bielsa would have gone to the fourth official and said, "No, but you want a penalty? My goalkeeper is not going to be there, or you give the goal. Just give the goal. Forget the penalty and we'll restart."
He's not that honourable, yeah. If you're sending someone to hide in hedges and spy on your opposition, he's grey. He's not black or white.
That's well within the spirit of the game to spy. He can be like, "Hey, I just sent a guy to look around. It's public property. He's looking around."
Yeah.
He's like the guy who will be like, "I'm not touching your face. I'm not touching your face." And his face will be like 1 centimeter away from you.
I agree, but which is why I feel
but he'll never trip you.
Yeah. So, like Suarez said that, look, Ghana shouldn't hate me. Ghana should hate the player who missed the penalty. Even Bielsa would be like, yeah, it was a foul. You all got a penalty. You all didn't convert it now, We were punished for it appropriately. He's enough of a shithouse. He's that shithouse pretending to be honourable.
Right. From one coach who's off as a rocket to another, Julian Nagelsmann, who is now the head coach of Germany after Hansi Flick was sacked. In a friendly game against Turkey, he played Kai Havertz at left back. Kai Havertz scored within the first 5 minutes. Have we unlocked Kai Havertz? Has the world of football figured out finally what to do with Kai Havertz?
Have Arsenal fans talked about how this is actually part of Arteta's secret plan?
That's the process that Arteta keeps telling you to trust.
Arteta's probably like, oh, Nagelsmann pulled him to defense and it worked.
Yeah.
She's like, Raya, you're on the bench now. Havertz is coming in as keeper.
I don't want one goal, I want hat-tricks every game. But I feel like Havertz also said that it's a position that he wanted to try. Because I'm like, abhi aur kuch nahi chal raha hai to how else will I still be a part of the starting 11? Which I truly believe that Kai Havertz can be a good goalkeeper. He's got the height. He's got the agility. I'm hoping. Bana the goalkeeper. Make it a 3-horse race for the number 1 jersey at Arsenal, man. Fucking piss Aaron Ramsdale off even more.
Look, Ramsdale's out of the race. Like we discussed last time.
But rub salt into his wounds. Put Kai Havertz as a substitute goalkeeper ahead of him.
Yeah, Arteta will be like, so Havertz, what's your attention span? Longer than 15 minutes? Yeah, you're already better than Ramsdale.
But yeah, we'll see if Arteta also plays Havertz at left back. France scored 14 goals in a game, which was great.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I just saw they were celebrating each goal like they won the World Cup. Guys, it's Gibraltar.
Yeah.
Their population is 0.05% of France, and France is a small nation itself.
Yeah.
So it was embarrassing, those 14 goals. It was like, after a while, just pass the ball around, do some passing drills and all that.
Yeah. But Lukaku saw that for Belgium and said, whatever you can do, I can try to do better. He scored 4 goals in 37 minutes against Azerbaijan. Flat track bully? I mean, I don't think anybody ever doubted that assessment of Romelu Lukaku.
I honestly feel like he was very good at Everton. Against the big teams.
But it doesn't take much to be good at Everton.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm not gonna, he's one of the best strikers that I've seen at Everton, so I'm really not gonna diss him so much.
I feel like that was also at a time in his career where he was actually good. I'll tell you where the turning point was. He wrote that Players Tribune article.
Yeah.
I distinctly remember. And this was when he was at Man United. Right? He came to Man United. He started playing quite well when he came. There was a whole thing about he's very good friends with Pogba. Pogba was there as well. I remember they did a video where they were holidaying together and Lukaku comes to him and says, "Oh, I'm coming," and all. And he's like, "What? You're coming?" It was very cute. And everyone, "Oh, Agent Pogba." And then he started playing well. And then he did the Players Tribune article, which was again a very well-written article. Must have. Full feels wala story tha. Oh, every time I shoot, I aim to break the neck because all the anger and frustration is there. And I was like, oh, fuck.
His grandfather's story.
Break the neck for us also, man. Strike for it and maar de. And since that article has come out, he has fallen off a cliff so badly.
Because while he was at Everton and earlier, even when he was at West Brom and stuff, he needed to make it.
Yeah.
When he got that big money move to United, in his head he was like, I've made it. Now there was nothing more to achieve.
Yeah. Then a few more small money moves elsewhere multiple times. But now apparently
they weren't small money moves. They were all fairly large.
Was it? I mean, let's not count Chelsea. Chelsea will pay like 55.
United to Inter Milan was also not a small move.
I don't know the exact figures, but I trust Man United to make an absolute dickhead move of a transfer that is outgoing from the club. So they probably made a loss of 50 million or something on it.
It was still, I think, about 60, 70, something like that.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, coming a little bit closer to home now, the Asian Football Confederation qualifiers for the World Cup are also on, and India beat Kuwait. India beat Kuwait 1-0 in the first match in the second round. Or is it the third round? It's the third round.
It's the second round.
Second round of the AFC qualifiers for the World Cup.
Manveer Singh getting the goal.
Manveer Singh getting the goal. Good goal as well.
Good goal.
Lovely late run into the box. Well-crafted team move. Changte getting the assist from Mumbai City FC. Fucking killing it. But yeah, 1-0 winners over Kuwait.
And we have Qatar coming up. I think
Qatar coming up tomorrow. So yeah, by the
Tomorrow.
time this episode releases, you will be getting ready to watch India versus Qatar. I think it's on Fancode and Sony
It's on
Sports
Fancode.
18 on television if you have that channel. If you don't get it, because you should watch it. India and Qatar are AFC champions. So this is the biggest
test of this round.
Yeah, it is going to be mad.
But if they beat Afghanistan in the last fixture of the group stages, they're pretty much through.
They're pretty much through.
Right?
Yeah. Beating Kuwait was a very, very, very
Important
good result.
win.
Because let's be honest, Qatar are favorites.
Right.
So it like anything can happen, and mostly one thing will happen. I don't want to say it because I don't want to be Deshdrohi like you, Aakarsh, with a yellow pillow on your
Yeah,
dick.
I mean, I hope India wins in the football. I would have been happy if they won.
Correct.
as well.
Absolutely. Staying with India, by the way, Mumbai City FC update. Des Buckingham has left the coaching role at Mumbai City FC.
I saw that, and I got a notification on my phone, and my first thought was, why the hell would Mumbai City get rid of him? And then I was like, oh, he's leaving.
Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. Now I get it.
Yeah, no, he's now going back home to England to manage Oxford United in League One, which is his boyhood club. He's a Oxford United fan. It's where he grew up. It's where he started. He played for a little while there as well. He started his coaching career there as an assistant coach.
I hope he does well there. I hope he takes some of these boys there eventually.
I hope he takes them to the
That would be
championship.
great.
And yeah, I hope he takes some of our boys there. The Indian boys, not the foreigners. Ko rehne do idhar.
Yeah.
Get
But I think
give
it's
our
okay.
Indian boys some international
Yeah, but I'm
experience.
sure he won't take the foreign boys who come here are quite old by themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Just take some of our young boys on loan. We want them back.
Right.
They're all
No.
good players.
What are you saying? Just have them there.
Yeah,
Just
but
have-
aren't work
make-
moments really hard, especially in the lower league?
That is true. It is. It is hard. But hopefully something can happen. Something can change. But yeah, I'm going to follow Oxford United.
Yeah,
And
one
go.
eye on them for sure.
Absolutely. Because I think he's been such a fantastic coach for Mumbai City. I mean, he's done such a stellar job. And when he came also 2 years ago, he came at a time when Mumbai City was going through a transitional phase. Like, it
Right.
was early on into the City Football Group era. Sergio Lobera had left because he got a job at another City Football Group club. And he had just won the league and Shield double. So,
Right.
it was at an absolute high that coach was leaving. And there were questions that were asked about this young guy who's coming in from New Zealand and how he's going to do. But he settled in really well. He really instilled a specific way of play into these boys, and I think every player has had nice things to say about him, and you can see it on the pitch. Like every time Mumbai City go out, it's a Des Buckingham team. So
Right, and even off the pitch, I feel like he made a real connection with the fans and the
Yeah,
chants
he
for
did.
him. And you shared that video of Des at Bombay Airport on his
Yeah.
way back, and it was a sweet, genuine moment that he and the fans shared as a farewell. And I mean, I feel like when you're leaving a club and the club has only good things to say about you,
Yeah.
it speaks volumes about the personality and the character that you bring.
Absolutely. We hope Des has a lovely, successful time at Oxford United. We'll be keeping an eye on them. And with that, we'll go on to a break. On the other side, it's Mukesh's game.
The United States Border Patrol has exciting and rewarding career opportunities with the nation's largest law enforcement organization.
Earn great pay with outstanding federal benefits and up to $20,000 in recruitment incentives. Learn more online at cbp.gov/careers/USBP.
Welcome back to the corner flag, everybody. And instead of questions in the second half, we dedicate this entire second half to Mukesh's game.
Okay, so we start with Aakarsh on 20, Amogh on 19.
Yeah.
And the first round is a cricket-related football round where the answers are all footballers with a history of cricket
Ooh.
in their
That's
past.
interesting.
My first answer is Gary Neville because I know they used to play cricket.
Yeah, I know that as well. But
I haven't asked the question yet.
Okay, fine.
So maybe Gary Neville is an answer.
Yeah.
But if I'll take, you know what? Just because Amogh is being sassy, I know you won't. Okay, fun. No points for you, but now you understand.
Yeah,
Do
fine.
not
Okay, cool.
mess with fire.
Okay,
Answer only after I ask you the question.
fine.
Okay? So it's going to be who am I? I'm going to give you 3 clues. The first clue, if you get on the first clue, you get 10 points. The second clue, you get 5 points. And the third clue, you'll get 3 points.
Okay.
Each one gets 1 guess or 2 guesses at the 10 question mark. After that, only one guess each.
All right.
Fair? First question is, who am I? I scored a 200-run partnership with Matthew Hayden for
Gary
Greenmount.
Neville.
Aakarsh gets 10 points because that's the correct answer.
Good start. Great
Good
start.
start. Good
I
start.
said it first though.
But you said it before the question. That could have been answer to anything. Amogh, what's my middle name? Gary Neville. Boo. Wrong. So no, Amogh.
I can prove that your middle name is actually Gary Neville. I'm going to call up your parents, alter your birth certificate.
Okay.
Come on.
Please do that. That'll be fun.
Split the points. No, 5 each.
No. I'm definitely not
Fucking
going
unfair
to.
this
Because
game
what
is.
stops Aakarsh from now just listing out every footballer he knows?
Because that's like fucking
Sure.
that's so vast.
Sure, but he hits goal at some point and get
You're
more points than you.
exasperating me so much that my voice level has reached another octave.
Now
Yeah, our sound engineer just like had to. He's gone deaf now in my.
He has a name, dude.
Yeah, but our listeners
Well,
don't know
this
that.
name you should know, Amogh.
Oh, fine.
Okay, let's go. First question. The second clue is going to be I've played only for one club all my life.
Wait. Sorry. Can I pause? Just cut you off. Let's not pause the recording or anything. He didn't wait for you to ask the question. He interrupted your question.
But he replied when the question was in play.
Yeah, but you didn't finish the whole question.
It doesn't matter. I
That's
finished.
so fucking unfair.
Cut.
No, I won't cut. He'll lose otherwise, I think.
Wow.
Badly.
That is so fucking...
Pity. You're
Okay.
getting not deducted
That's
points
true.
out of pity.
Gary Neville was an exceptional cricketer who, in his teenage years, he played with Matthew Hayden for Greenmount FC. He scored 200 runs. He had a 200-run partnership when he was a teenager. And he says that he probably could have been a cricketer. And that's where he gets his discipline from. And yeah. And now, but he chose football.
What kind of discipline do cricketers
Exactly.
have? Rohit
Football
Sharma is
needs
a
more.
fucking paunch bigger than mine.
I think he means, I think like a gentleman's discipline. Like play sports, which I know
Have
Gary
you
Neville never
seen
had.
Gary Neville
Yeah,
go up
exactly.
against Steve McManaman?
Yeah, Gary Neville never had that, but I understand. Imagine if he didn't even play that cricket, what he would be like. Probably
Yeah,
the most
okay.
red-carded player. Okay. The second question. I have played cricket for Shrewsbury FC as a teenager and was a squad member for the famed Worcestershire youth squad. After becoming a footballer, I once played a match for this county club while my country played the World Cup. So I played for something called the Shrewsbury FC. I played for a team called Shrewsbury FC. Also made it to the squad for Worcestershire, which is a famous county club.
Yeah.
After becoming an international footballer, while my country played the FIFA World Cup, I played one game for my boyhood county club, which is
Jamie
Shrewsbury
Vardy?
FC. Not Jamie Vardy, that's one guess for you.
Ashley Young.
It's not Ashley Young. I can give a soft clue if you guys want. It might help. I'm not sure how much it'll help.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
It's the 2018 World Cup.
Okay.
So
Wait,
it was
it's the
relatively
2018 football
World Cup.
Yeah. Okay.
during which he played an exhibition game for his country.
He played his country was playing in the World Cup. He was rejected by his team, so he went back and played cricket for his boyhood county club called Shrewsbury FC.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
Wrong answer.
Theo Walcott?
Nope. None of both of you failed to get 5 points. Now, the more football
10
related
points.
clue.
No? The first one.
First was 10 points.
10
I'm saying.
points.
But now it's done. Now you missed the chance to get those 10 points.
Huh.
The second clue is I have played for City, Spurs, Burnley, Torino, among other top tier teams.
City, Spurs, Burnley.
And Torino in Italy.
And now we have just one guess each, right?
Yes, now you have one guess each. City, Spurs, Burnley, and Torino. And a couple of other teams. But they're smaller teams, so I won't mention them.
But these are the only big teams?
These are not the only big teams. Excellent question. Because if I give you the next big
Can
team,
I
you'll
give the
probably
answer?
get it. Yes.
Micah Richards?
Nope.
Fuck. I know it's wrong, but the only one that I can think of currently, which is City and Spurs, is Craig Bellamy.
Wrong. Both of you lose the chance to get 5 points. Now, this one probably will give it away. Buffon, the Italian goalkeeper, called me the best keeper in the world. Or one of the best keepers in the world. But my reputation has taken a big hit for letting free kicks and screamers. Now, you have only one guess.
David James.
Wrong. I will give you again one more guess because both of you said the same name.
Joe Hart.
Excellent. Amogh gets 3 points. It is Joe Hart.
Oh, Torino. Yeah. God.
Amogh gets 3 points. It is Joe Hart. He went back. He scored 9. He came 9 down, scored a couple of runs. And
Buffon thinks he's the best keeper.
he's one of the
world?
best keepers in the world.
Buffon's a lie.
Okay.
Buffon's a buffoon.
Should I just cut a few points?
Shut up, yeah.
I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I just gave you a look.
This one is a slightly cricket-related name, but it's a famous cricket-related name. But it's an equally interesting football question, so I understand. It's either you know the name or you don't, I think, but I will answer it anyway. So the first clue for 10 points is, I have played both cricket and football World Cups. I'm the only man to do so.
Wow.
I'm the only man to play the both cricket and football World Cup. And the only man. And then there's another Australian who has played, Elise Perry, who's a cricketer now, but she also played and scored a screamer for Australia. Everyone should know that.
But wait, so also Australian means is this chap Australian? Is
No,
man
no.
He's not.
Oh, because Australia and the guys, the only thing in my mind is Australia, guys.
Yeah. Fuck,
But yeah,
cricket and football.
I have played both
That's
cricket
impressive.
and
I have
football
no
World
clue
Cups.
who it is,
Yeah.
but that's impressive.
Take a guess. I mean, it's a cricket-related name. It's a name more famous associated with cricket.
Owen Morgan?
No? That's a decent shout.
I know it's wrong, but Nasser Hussain?
No, decent shout. I represented Antigua at FIFA at the 1974 World Cup. I played in the famous 1983 final when India won the World Cup for the first time.
Oh.
Michael Holding?
No. Wow, this podcast is very cricket illiterate. But it's okay, that's fine. I'll give you 2 guesses here maybe, if it helps. Because I played for Antigua, which, can you guys locate where that is?
Yes.
Mhm.
West Indies, around the West Indies in 1974. And I played in the famous 1983 final when India won the World Cup.
There was a
First time.
pacer named something Ambrose that I remember from his...
Not him, but excellent guess. But now we're getting there.
So it's a pacer.
No, it's West Indian.
It's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, one more guess before I come to the final clue.
Gary Sobers?
No? Excellent guess. One last guess
Oh,
for you,
I-
Aakarsh.
Brandara. He was not
Okay,
in the 83.
My daughter has her own Netflix show.
Oh, Masala
Viv
Kebab.
Richards. Viv Richards.
Excellent, Amogh gets 3
But
more
do I
points.
get anything for Masala
You get
Kebab?
nothing. You get
Arre,
nothing.
Yeah, that don't
Yes,
really-
Viv Richards, famously
He
father
played
of...
for the World for.
He played for the Football World Cup in 1974
That's
for Antigua and then later chose a professional career in cricket.
Wow.
I think he was also once the player of the tournament in cricket.
What a life he's led.
What a
man.
life he's led.
Yeah, man.
And he's Masaba Gupta's dad. And yes, that is he.
That's cool.
That's cool.
That is,
That was a good question because I had no idea.
yeah. I played for Yorkshire Schools cricket team. Along with football and cricket, I was also cross-country champion for 3 years in a row and 100-meter champion for 2 years in a row during my youth years.
Theo Walcott?
That's
No.
exactly what I was thinking. I don't know why, but I was thinking Walcott.
No.
But thank you for getting that out of the way.
This is for 10 points. I'll give you an extra 0.5 clue because in case someone might get the 10 points.
I don't know, man. Marcus Rashford.
Nope. This might make the 10 points easier, but let's see if you guys remember this. One of my early coaches became a Premier League referee. And because of which he gave me a red card then, he gave me a red card later.
That doesn't help me at all.
No. It doesn't?
One of his earlier
Coaches had
became
given him a Premier League referee. He'd given him a red card in his young days. I think later on in life. Also, he had one red card given.
And the first clue was that he was a
It's the same clue. It's the same clue. That he's a champion of
cross-country
sorts.
champion.
He played for the Yorkshire Schools
Sprinter.
cricket team, which is one of those famed
Okay.
cricketing centres in England. He was also cross-country champion for 3 years in a row at that level, at that teenage level, and the 100-meter champion for 2 years in a row.
Who's a really fast player? That's why I was thinking Walcott, I think.
But you have to give your answer.
One
you don't
guess.
have all
This
the
time
time.
I'll
You
go
also can give your answer.
I gave Walcott.
gave-
No,
an
it's fresh
answer.
guess.
Oh.
One more
You
guess.
said Walcott, I said Rashford. Now it's back to
Okay.
square one.
Sean Wright Phillips?
No.
I don't know, man.
I like how the race is very clear as to, because I said they were winners at 100 meters. Players you're guessing are primarily belong to one race.
Yeah, I was thinking Bukayo Saka.
Nope. So both of you lose the chance to get 10 points. The next clue I will give you, and this will tell me whether both of you have been paying keen attention to what I say on this podcast. I also know Spanish and speak only Spanish to my children because I want them to know Spanish. I learned it because it helped me communicate with my teammates. It's a very peculiar player who I've talked about fondly on this podcast. And I'm not Spanish. I'm English, which is whatever. I'm
Michael
off-
Owen?
Not Michael Owen. But it's a good guess with the speed thing. So the clues are, I'm extremely fit, which is what my first clue gave away. One of my boyhood, I played with one of my boyhood coaches who refereed a game, and I also refereed my Premier League games. I speak, along with English, I speak in Spanish, and I speak to my children only in Spanish because I want them to know Spanish.
And because it helps him communicate with his teammate, or
It helped him and it helps him. I guess that's a little bit of an extra 0.01 clue you give for him because it's not a retired player.
He's not a retired player.
It's not. Because that's what the helps him currently.
That's how I was clarifying what tense.
Amogh, guess quickly. One guess. Let's go. Okay, 5, 4. No guess for you if you guess also.
Yeah, so I'm waiting, but just count down 3 to
5,
1.
4, 3, 2,
Declan Rice.
1. No. I'm going to the next clue. So even if you guess it now, it'll be 3 points that you get. And they should give it away. So I'm going to give it to whoever guesses the name first. I was a ball boy at Leeds United, my boyhood club.
Jude Bellingham? No, he was.
No. Nope, you lost your one guess. Amogh.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, the clues are, I was very fit. I played cricket, etc. I was 100-meter champion. Who is a very fit footballer? Who has longevity? Who speaks? Who does weird things like I will speak in.
James Milner.
It is James Milner.
Why does he speak Spanish?
He just learned Spanish to communicate with his teammates, which I brought up.
I was trying to think of players who played in Spain. That's why Michael Owen. That's why Jude Bellingham.
Nope.
Yeah.
It was that's the thorough professional that James Milner is.
How many Spaniards in Liverpool that he learned
And
Spanish?
Leeds and Man City and then Liverpool and then Aston Villa and then Brighton. So I guess that's why. And Leeds, yeah, all of these teams. And that was he was also a great cricketer. So these are the 4 cricketers and footballers we've spoken about: Gary Neville, Joe Hart, Sir Viv Richards, and James Milner. The only 2 people I left out were Elise Perry, but I thought that'd be a little vague. Who's who's a woman cricketer from Australia and woman footballer who I think who scored screamers goals and is champion. I think she's won the Cricket World Cup and represented her country in the current football. And which is the second one is going to be Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, who was a wicket-keeping all-rounder, who again had to choose between football and cricket, and he chose football.
How interesting.
Right, so in this first round, because Aakarsh got lucky with Gary Neville, he gets 10 points. And Amogh, despite getting all 3 questions, gets only 9 points for this round.
Yeah, but
Because
I
he got
clawed it back, dude.
clawed it back. There's only 1 point, 2 points separating them overall, only 1 point separating Amogh for this game. Right, the next one is called Guess the Country.
Okay.
I'm going to just say one fact about a country, and you have to tell me which country I'm talking about. Okay?
So just one round, one clue.
One round, one clue.
One guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like quick 3 points per question. If you get it, you get it. Whoever gets it, gets it. Okay? So keep guessing until you get the country. This country is unable to grow grass and therefore is unable to have an officially FIFA recognized team. Which country am I talking about?
Greenland.
Excellent. Aakarsh gets 3 points.
Because I was thinking Norway has a team, Iceland has a
Yeah.
team. What other Nordic country had to be
Yep,
Greenland?
despite the name,
Yeah.
Greenland,
Yeah.
and the popular joke about Greenland not having, but they can't have, they're waiting for FIFA to pass the AstroTurf rule or the
Yeah.
turf field rule so that they can finally have
Yeah.
a football team that
Very
represents them in
interesting
FIFA.
question.
What's the climatic conditions? They played on artificial turf, and FIFA sadly doesn't recognize artificial turf.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a bit of a football history one, but I guess it should be relatively easy. Which was the first European country to win the FIFA World Cup?
Germany.
Nope. Which was the first European country to win the FIFA World Cup?
Oh, they didn't win. They reached the final.
Guys, it's about whoever guesses it first. You can
We can keep guessing.
yeah, but
Oh,
your turn. Quickly.
my guess, Hungary, but they
Nope.
lost in the final.
Amogh, your turn.
England.
Nope. Amogh, no. Aakarsh, go.
Spain.
Nope. Amogh, your turn.
France.
Italy.
Yes, it is Italy.
As soon as I it was 1 second.
And the reason I bring this up is because the first team to win the World Cup, I think kind of nerdy football fans know, is Uruguay.
Yeah.
And Italy didn't go to that World Cup because they didn't want to participate and they didn't think Uruguay was safe. And then I think when the next one, when it was, I think it was hosted by Italy, Uruguay didn't travel in revenge to this World Cup in 1934, and Italy ended up winning it. And petty, and many people say Italy won because Uruguay didn't turn up. So it's how I feel that if India would have won if Australia didn't turn up.
Yeah.
But yes. Now, third question. This third question in this round is, which is the only team to have never lost to Brazil in football? Of course, there are teams like, I'm sure Gabon has never lost to Brazil, but of the
Teams that have played Brazil.
the teams that have played Brazil,
Germany.
that have never lost to Brazil. No.
Germany
2002
has
World
lost,
Cup
yeah.
final. I think the 2002 World Cup final Brazil
Oh
lost.
shit! Yeah, of course.
Famously, Oliver Kahn being the man of the tournament.
Ronaldo, 2 goals.
2 goals.
Chile?
Not Chile.
Colombia.
Not Colombia. It's for 3 points. I'll give you a clue if you're okay with for winning only 2 points.
Yeah.
It's a European country.
Okay.
There is only one team, and the record is 2 wins and 2 draws.
Is it me or is it him?
I think now just go for it.
Netherlands.
France.
Nope.
Portugal.
Schengen visa's coming.
Say that
Portugal.
quickly.
He said Portugal.
But now you used your guess.
Portugal, guess is over. Quickly.
Turkey.
Nope.
Italy.
Nope.
Malta.
Spain.
Nope.
Oh, scheiße.
Belgium.
Nope. Tell me when you give up, because I'll give you a clue. Okay, I'll give you one more clue to make it easy so just someone gets it. It's one of the Scandinavian countries.
Norway.
Yes, it is Norway. Norway has never lost to Brazil in any
wow.
fixtures, and they have 2 wins and 2 draws. That's the record. This one goes to Amogh with 3 points.
Hey, you said you're going to cut it down
2
to
points, 2
2
points, my
for-
bad. Oh, wow.
Kya chugli.
Aakarsh is excellent.
Of
He's-
course.
Okay. Now we come to the final round, which is, there are only 2 questions here. Each question is, the 3 questions, and each question is 5 points. It is the famous middle names It's the infamous or not so famous middle names and last names round from last time.
Okay.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer to football players by their not so famous middle names or last names. And you have to guess who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And whoever guesses it gets 5 points.
Yeah.
And I will start with Amogh first. You get the first guess, it goes to Aakarsh. Cool?
Okay.
My middle name is Paul Hoare.
What? It's Paul?
Hoare.
Paul Hoare.
Yes.
One word.
Paul space Hoare. But it's the Hoare, but still pronounced as Hoare.
Yeah.
So my middle name is Paul Hoare, although I'm never refused by this. I'm never referred to by this name.
Yeah.
I broke the transfer record fee for a teenager in my own category. But I
Means
had
a category meaning his position.
his position, etc. But I did break one transfer record as a teenager. That's what I'm going to say. So no
And
more
he
extra
still-
clues.
No. Can I ask a question? You don't need to answer it.
They're all current players. They're all current
And
players.
is the record current?
No.
The record isn't current.
My middle name is Paul Hoare. I broke the record for the transfer fee for a teenager in my category. Amogh, go quickly. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Wayne Rooney.
Nope. Excellent guess though. Aakarsh, go.
Yeah, even I was thinking Rooney, but not a current player. Couldn't say Kylian Mbappe?
Nope. Amogh, go. Last guess for you.
Current player, you said.
Current player.
Jude Bellingham.
Not Jude Bellingham.
Teenager. I can't think of current players I'm only being able to think of Rooney.
5,
and Mackey.
4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, 0. I will give you one clue, but it will be reduced to 3 points. He's a Man United player.
Lele.
No, Aakarsh, you start this time.
Oh, I start this time.
He's a Man United player. Broke the transfer fee as a teenager. His middle name is Paul Hoare.
Jeez. Hoyland?
Not Hoyland. Excellent guess. Amogh.
Jadon Sancho.
It's not Jadon Sancho. It is Luke Paul Hoare Shaw,
Oh, wow.
who's a defender.
Oh.
He broke the transfer record for 30 million in 2014 when he was signed by Manchester United.
From where? Southampton, no?
Southampton.
So it was the highest record for highest transfer fee for a teenage defender.
in 2014, yes.
Mm.
Okay. And we go to the next one. Bowling Noli and Bafour scored and assisted respectively.
Can I go?
Lukaku.
Hey, but
No,
one
no,
sec.
no.
I asked for permission.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
I mean, I knew it was Romelu Lukaku.
yes, that gives you 3 points. Who's the third player? Who's
What was
second
the other
player?
name? Because I...
Bowling Noli is 3 points. Amogh will still get these 3 points. Bowling Noli, who I'm referring to as Lukaku, and Bafour scored and assisted respectively. Bafour assisted. That's the respective.
Jeremy
part.
Doku?
It is Jeremy Doku. Aakarsh gets all 5 points in
He
this
goes
one.
by, I think, on Twitter, Lukaku goes by Bolingoli.
It helps you greatly that I'm not on Twitter. All right, the final question in this round is...
I've lost.
It's okay, this is this round. We still have more rounds and we will continue. This is just a pause. This is just the second episode of Mukesh's quiz. We will be back.
And we know I'm capable of points deduction.
That's true. Yeah. Some hope.
Mote Vega assisted Miguel.
Wait, sorry. Before you start, who goes first?
Sorry. Mote Vega assisted Miguel Borges. Even Santos Aveiro got an assist in the same match.
Okay, this is the Portugal game.
Yes.
Say the names again.
Mote Vega assisted Miguel Borges. Even Santos.
Miguel Borges is Bruno Fernandes.
Excellent.
What are the other names?
Mote, or maybe Mote Vega
Okay.
and Santos Aveiro.
Santos Aveiro is Cristiano Ronaldo.
Excellent.
Mote Vega is who? Yeah?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bernardo Silva.
In the nick of time, Amogh gets it and he gets all 5 points. Excellent,
well done.
Amogh.
Yeah, I
well
would have
done.
probably shot in the dark and gotten Fernandes and Ronaldo.
Excellent. And with that, we conclude this episode, slightly cricketish flavored quiz. We will be back next episode or some episode soon. But
Or some episodes. Yeah. I like already he's like, don't expect this.
I mean, depending on
when I come, I'll...
Oh, me, hello, you don't get to crack that joke anymore. The only joke you're allowed to crack on me is the coming late joke. Aakarsh is the one who has serially skipped episodes.
That is true.
That is true. I
Yes.
agree.
I have turned up with my research and quiz questions.
That is true.
So at the end of this episode,
Turned up late, but still turned up.
Turned up.
Yeah.
Amogh in this episode scored 16 points.
1-6.
1-6. Aakarsh has taken a comfortable lead by getting 21 points, taking the total score. Amogh is on 35 points, and with that, Aakarsh is in the lead with 41 points, with a 6-point gap between the both of you.
That's nothing, yeah.
Pretty much united and top 4.
6 points is nothing. It's like one question.
It's just one deduction.
Yeah, one deduction.
Exactly.
One deduction away.
Right. Lovely.
Well
lovely
played,
game.
guys.
Well played. Well
Yeah,
played,
very
everyone.
interesting facts and trivia.
Yes, well done, Mukesh, for that. And thank you for listening to this episode of the Conflag. If you'd like to get in touch with us and tell us what you thought of this episode, and in particular Mukesh's game, please reach out to us on our social media. You can find Mukesh on Instagram at...
Mukesh Manjunath. And I'll still be crying about India and Australia.
You can find Aakarsh on Instagram, not crying about India and Australia, at...
Aakarsh Chandan, the
can
tears
find-
will be about Everton.
Yeah, and you can find me just not crying, being happy, because... Of course, the world around us is very happy right now on Twitter and Instagram at Amogh. You can also follow Conflag on Instagram and Twitter at @ConflagPod. Do subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@ConflagPod. Subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. Do it now. Give us a 5-star review. It helps us. And that's it. Shout out to Kezat Garda for our fantastic theme tune. Until next week, it is goodbye from us. So say bye, Mukesh.
Bye, guys.
And it's bye from me. But say bye, Aakarsh also.
Bye.
And it's bye from me.